Welcome back, I'm DRN and this is Mechabellum. We're going straight into the action of this week's tournament. Ooh, choices. Ooh, it's gotta be supply specialist. Look at how good this is. Tanks and crawlers and supply all in one. Let's be polite. Whoops. LCUK. It'll do, he knows what we mean. Just gives it the personal touch so he knows we're not using a macro. Remember, handcrafted doesn't always mean better. So he's got Stormcallers and Fangs, and he's running Elite Specialist. Okay, so we don't have to worry about aggression too much, because he's going to have less units than us. Because his cost more to recruit, so we won't be able to buy 3 units in a turn like we will. Okay, I'm setting up my tanks, 3 to the side of the tower and 1 in front. Just gives us good spacing for our crawlers to come past, and leaves us with nice big gaps for giants or medium-sized units to drop into. Right, we've already got chaff clear with the tanks, we've already got chaff with the crawlers, so we need some anti-air. He's not going to play air units in the round 1, but I want to cover my bases going forwards, and some early fangs to protect the tanks is never a bad thing. Right, that's us, let's see what he's gone for. Okay, full standard, he's got Arclight for its chaff clear, and it's a nice scaling option for him as an elite specialist if he wants to go elite on them later on, to make the most of their extra levels. He's put his chaff in a very flat line. Oh no, he's pulled these ones in the middle back. Nice, that's a good formation. Perhaps a little bit too far back though. We're going to have killed his outside fangs before the middle ones even start shooting. Oh, he's noticed, he's fixed it. There we go. A nice natural concave, that's good. In an ideal world, you want all your units shooting at once, with a nice tidy concave. Okay, what techs is he running his Arclights? Full carry Arclight with no anti-air, okay. And his Stormcallers doesn't run Splash, runs Launch Overload instead, okay. Nothing too stand out. Nothing for us to really punish apart from maybe the lack of anti-air on the Arclights. Speaking of the Arclights, they've demolished our crawlers, and I don't think our level 1 tanks pack enough of a punch to kill them. Oh, no, it didn't sneak through. These ones might. Can they get through to the Stormcallers? Yes, good stuff. We've got nothing that can deal with these Arclights though, that's a pain. But every Stormcaller we kill is more life saved. We're not going to win the round, but let's try and save as much HP as we can. What is it they say for goals? You have to set smart targets for yourself. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Well, our goal there shifted from winning the round to trying to kill a few Stormcallers to save a bit of HP. Ooh, some good choices here. We have money, so we can do some shenanigans. The missile will be good for picking off some Stormcallers this round. Won't do enough damage to kill an Arclight though. We could go extended range Stormcallers ourselves, because we can afford to unlock it, and then we'll have the range advantage. It will lower their attack damage though. Do we care about their attack damage? The thing is, if I do Stormcallers, I want to do Splash on them to make their hit radius bigger, but that also costs attack power, which means they'll be hitting like a wet noodle. I think we just do the missile, buy ourselves some tempo back, get some experience from killing his units. This left side was where the crawls got through on, so if we kill off the Stormcallers, the crawls will get through to the tower instead. Well, hopefully. Right, then we need... I'm going to assume he's going Arclight carry, which Stormcallers of our own can put a stop to. There are a lot more answers to Stormcallers now than there used to be, with Sabertooths being added in, anti-missile devices, war factories being viable once more, so we can't rely on these Stormcallers forever, but they will slow down the experience gains of those Arclights by picking them off from range. Right, that's us, let's see what he's doing. Oh, he's playing fast as well, and more Arclights, nice, we're ready for them. Quite close together, right in front of those Stormcallers, so a Javelin could get so much value here. Right, now you, sir, are feeling the pressure of the Stormcallers. Never feels good, does it? Notice how the missiles that missed the Fangs still hit the Arclight behind it? I think his Arclight is 1 square too close to the Fangs. It's getting clipped by rockets that were aiming at the chaff. Let's put mine 1 square behind and 1 square to the side of the Fangs. Oh, that is satisfying watching those rockets pick off those Arclights, when you know that nothing else you own could kill them. Don't think he can stop us now. The march of the tanks is inevitable. There we go, now we're talking. That's what we like to see. Right, so he skipped, he wanted the money, which is the advantage of us being supply specialist. We can afford to be quite liberal with our spending. If something looks good on the cards, we can afford it. Oh, it used to be that Scorpions were the best for the free unit cards, but they got hit with the nerf hammer. Took 10 range off them, which is huge. We're not showing much anti-air, so I'm pretty sure he's going to go Wasp. So if he goes Wasp, do we need to go Wasp as well to counter it? We could pick the Scorpion and then unlock Mustangs for ourselves, but Mustangs are terrible into Arclight, so I think we are going Wasp. Gonna drop them at the back here to cover the flanks in case he goes for a flank play with his, and having late arriving Wasps is never a bad thing. Ooh, we could have them come in from the centre, because I don't think he's likely to flank us. He doesn't gain much benefit from the flank here. Most of the Wasps would just chase off after the crawlers. Upgrade you, double the stats, half the price, can't say fairer than that. Always one of the best feelings in the game, leveling up your units. I think we need to start distracting his Stormcallers. Let's use a mobile beacon play. And now, is there an overlap point where both sets of Stormcallers can target them? Not quite, okay. I think we want to pull his stuff towards our stronger units. No, editing DRN here. Notice how there was almost an overlap point right in the centre? What I should have done here was have my crawlers dead centre, going straight forwards, and then mobile beacon straight backwards. It would pull all his stuff to the middle, and leave any fire puddles aimed at these distraction crawlers well out of the way of our other units. Right, so let's send these guys across. Hang on, they're a bit too close still, let's nudge them over a tiny bit. I just don't want fire puddles dropped in front of these fangs either, so a little bit of an offset always helps. It'll distract the ones on the left, and probably the ones on the right as well. We've got 150 left over, that's enough for another unit. Let's put some more fangs in the midline. We wouldn't need these if I'd done the first distraction crawlers properly. Happy with this, we've not gained a huge amount of power this turn, but we've neutralised some of his. Let's see what he's picked. Overlord, okay. And a bit more chaff on the back row. Hopefully our wasps are strong enough to kill that Overlord. Nice, distraction crawlers did good. Just a few rockets from this right side still getting through. This Overlord is going to be a pain. I roll the anti-air of fangs and wasps. Hopefully it's enough. Come on, kill those fangs and then move on to the Overlord. Before the Overlord gets through all our crawlers. No, it's a bad split for us here. Ouch, that's the risk of having them central. We have been found wanting for anti-air. I even said it while picking 3 units, it still isn't enough. Grrr. Our Stormcallers are now struggling as well. He's got crawlers onto them. We've got the tower at least, can we get the Overlord? That is the key. Come on, while he's debuffed. No, they got distracted with the Stormcallers. And then we lost our tower. Oh, the timing. Oh, the timing. And now he's seen that we've got Wasp. He probably goes Mustang. And then we are scuppered. We could do Elite Phoenixes. So our issue here was the chaff got through. We weren't clearing his chaff fast enough compared to what his Overlord and Arclights were achieving. That, and we never killed the Overlord. We've got one skill, which is the missile, so I don't think Skill Specialist is worth it. Redeployment's pretty solid. It's either Supply or Elite Phoenixes. We've got 900. Elite Phoenixes cost 400 a pop. Yeah, it's worth it. So we've just bought Phoenixes for the same price as Overlords, but they come as level 3, so if he buys more level 2 Overlords because he's Elite Specialist, then we can still beat them. Whew, I feel like we had to do this, because otherwise the Overlords could get out of control. My only worry is this hasn't helped us with our chaff clear. And now what? We've got 50 left over. I might just do a cheeky missile, trying to catch these crawlers, because they're level 2. Is it worth it? No, I think we're going to save the money. I'm going to do a little split here to pull these back ones to the back, because I'm expecting a missile forwards to try and save his Stormclaws from the distraction. But he might not feel it's necessary. We'll see. Right, let's see what he's gone for. Nope, he's not gone for the missile play, but he did go with Mustangs. Hasn't got any tech on them, and it does show me that he's running anti-missile tech as an option. He has leveled up his Arclights and he's taken range on them, so he still wants to go Arclight carry. We need to punish this. We're in a good position, it's just our chaff clear that's lacking right now. I really thought he'd drop an extra Overlord. Ooh, what a shot. There goes the Overlord. Is it enough? We've taken down the Overlord, that's the key. Yes, we've won the aerial battle. That's massive. The Mustangs are all dead, and our Phoenixes and Wasps are still flying high. Good stuff. There we go. What a difference 2 sets of Phoenixes make. Whew. It's a big scorpion, I've got to do it. I think we do that there. I think I'm going to put field maintenance on it. Am I? Or is it more important to get levels on these guys? Could go elite on these guys, they've got bigger range. Because he's threatening taking a range on this, which is 150. If we go elite, it won't be enough. I think we have to go range on our Phoenixes. We've got the missile again, which, I mean, it would be rude not to. So, I could do that slightly better. If I do it about here. No, focus on just getting the Mustangs. Get the Mustangs and a couple of those guys. And then Let's level you up. Quadruple the stats for half the price. 400 to spend. Probably need a bit more chaff over here. I did not click on you. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but please stay where I put you. Some more crawlers, and then what, another scorpion to match? Yeah. And a bit more chaff here. I want the timing a little bit further back. Maybe more chaff was a bad idea. Actually, he's got so many Arclights. But I'm thinking he's probably going to buy more Mustangs this turn. And crawlers are really good for keeping Mustangs off your important units. So let's do the whole pull back and across. Let's see what he's gone for. Don't forget to unlock a unit. Oh yes, we got lucky there. It won't kill these guys though, they're a bit too tanky. We took out his Mustangs and weakened all that lot. He's still got more Mustangs showing. So I'm glad we've got the range in our Phoenixes to avoid those Mustangs. He's got an anti-missile on the Mustangs, interesting. So we've got this Scorpion, but we need to kill this Overlord. Oh. Come on. Can we get through to the Overlord? That is the deciding factor. Scorpion's taking a beating from what are the snipers? Oh, what a shot! You see it? Wow. Just as he was dying, he launches one last volley of plasma and punches a gaping hole through our opponent's formation. Oh, it's good stuff. We're getting there. We're chipping away at his health. We're not quite in lethal range yet. Choices, 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 choices. Nano repair kit on this big Scorpion would be huge. Can we afford to skip range though? It's so expensive now. No, I think we have to go range specialist. If we don't take range and he does, we're doomed. If we were aggro, we wouldn't have to, but we're standard, so we're kind of forced into this position where range really does matter. We noticed he was lacking splash earlier, so let's demonstrate it. It doubles the impact zone of the Stormcaller rockets, so even if only one or two get through, the Mustang set they're shooting at get decimated. So I'm weighing up my options here. We either go deeper into air with more wasps, and go shields on the wasps and treat them as chaff, which feels a bit wasteful of our level 5 set here. Or we say, let's pivot and go heavy Scorpion, but I'm a little bit worried with how much damage our Scorpion was taking, which I'm not quite sure where it was all coming from. I thought it was the snipers, but it could have been the Stormcallers. So what we're going to do is drop more fangs, and try and keep the enemy crosshairs away from our big, valuable units. Never neglect your chaff. Let's give them range as well, so they become anti-chaff chaff. And I think there's a strong likelihood our opponent takes wasps himself soon, which ranged fangs are quite good at dealing with. We've got 50 left over, so let's take speed. It's surprisingly powerful, but quite hard to visualise. Speed is one of those hidden power stats. Right, happy with that, let's see what he's done. 2 more Arclights on the outside, and some extra Mustangs on the far side as well. Okay, more of the same, good stuff. I think we're well positioned for beating this, but let's not count our chickens before they've hatched, eh? Okay, our Scorpion's not taking as much of a beating as last time, because we've got a bit more chaff. Oh yes, our Phoenix are picking off that Overlord, beautiful. He either needs to sell it or get range on it, it's far too exposed right now. Come on, Scorpion, big shot, nice. Really nice. Ooh, struggling a bit on the midline now because we didn't pick off the Mustangs fast enough. A couple of rockets get through, thins out the number. Come on. Get that sniper. Get that sniper. Oh, not quite. Tower down. Can we come across and stop them getting the tower? No, he's got the tower. Oh, but we survive. Tiny bit of chip damage though, it's not decisive. Here we go. We're entering the late game now. Every round matters. What we're given. Ooh. Oh, it's going to be Storm at this stage in the game, I'm afraid. And that means we have to shield up. All of our precious units have to be shielded. It feels a bit extravagant spending 200 on shields to save 500 cost of units, but it has to be done. Even here on the midline, we can't afford to leave it open. I'm going to mobile beacon these guys over to... This was the side that we struggled on. Like that. I could just sell these guys. They still did 18,000 damage though. We've got Storm raining down here. Go on, I'll give them another level. And then I think we're doing a Scorpion play. Let's try going wider with the Scorpions. For a bit more of that enveloping fire. And yes, envelop and envelope are spelt differently, despite what I said in the last video. Sorry about that. Hasn't gone storm and hasn't shielded. No way! No way! What did he go for? No! Our distraction crawls are pulling his units into the storm. It's going to absolutely decimate him. Why didn't he shield? Oof, that is rough. His big units have survived, but his snipers haven't. Nor have his Mustangs, so our Wasps are going to sweep in and crush everything. And we've thinned out his numbers a lot here. This is going to be a big round for us. It's just this right side that's weak. But this is the turn where he's shown his colours. He's got elite marksmen on the Arclights. We've got the Stormcallers raining down death and destruction, and we've got the Scorpions to tank. It's not quite as good as Fortress tank is versus Arclights, but he's still pretty tanky. Ooh, we need him to survive. Is that enough for lethal? No, it won't be. It'll be a good chunk of damage, but it's not lethal. And that was with a storm, unfortunately. Right. Ooh, I think this is intensive training. It's a bit late in the game, though, for it. Shield Device Specialist is pretty good as well. It gives us even more tank versus those Arclights. Yeah, I think I've talked myself into it. It's a big extra chunk of health on our shields. We can afford to spend quite a lot of money on them. We just need to win one round. Right, we're going to take a range on the Scorpions. And we're going to upgrade their levels, double the stats, half the price. Though I'm sure a lot of their damage will be wasted as overkill on most things they shoot at. And then we're going to missile to pick off what? Yeah, these high-level crawlers are doing some work. So if we take them off the field, I think he's almost certain to shield all his Mustangs. So let's go for these crawlers, let's not be greedy. Oof, so many upgrades available, but we've got so many other priorities as well. Let's finish off the shield wall. Push, temporary range. And then I'm afraid it's off to the scrap heap in the sky for our Wasps. They're worth so much money and they're not doing that much damage. And then that funds our field maintenance on our Scorpions. Suddenly our tanking levels have gone through the roof. So if you can't burst them down, he's going to get stuck. As they regenerate all their health back. It's based on max HP, so the bigger they are, the more they heal. Wow, I think this is the most units I've leveled up in a single turn ever. Our power levels have gone through the roof. A few more fangs coming out from behind the tower. 50 left over, it's going to be speed. Mobile beacon, these guys. Let's do this. There we go. Wow, what a turn. We've been banking money getting levels on those Wasps, and then we've sold them out and gotten a fortune back. What's he gone for? Ooh, more Mustangs and more fangs. Nice, we're ready for that. And there go his high-level crawlers. Good shot. And yep, he did shield his Mustangs. There's no point shooting them. Whoa, look at the bullets flying everywhere. Traces left and right. Arclights spitting plasma across the battlefield. Once more, the Overlord is popped from afar by the precision strike from a Phoenix. Scorpions standing back, bracing themselves for huge volleys. The elite Arclight shrugs off the first hit, but the Scorpions aren't done. Once more it fires, and there, it's turned into a smoking ruin. Its charred remains, all that's left to bear witness. The tower falls, clipped by the edge of the plasma, and suddenly what was once an even battle now becomes a desperate defense. More heavy plasma fire and rockets rain in. But this is over. It's a foregone conclusion now. There can be no heroics, no valiant last stand. War is merciless. The battle is lost. GG, good game. Whew. Alright, give me a moment. Oh wow, I didn't think he'd be that high MMR. I felt like we were ahead of the curve the whole game. Let's have a look. What was good, what was bad? He was a bit telegraphed from the start that he was going to go Arclight carry, so I knew immediately to take Stormcallers. I went Splash because he didn't run Splash, so he couldn't copy us, because often if you are in a mirror match and you go one tech on your unit, they just copy you and try and do the exact same tech. He went Mustang as a response to our Wasps, and he got quite a lot of them, which is pretty effective at stopping missiles for a while. As you saw, our Stormcallers weren't getting a lot through, but they still leveled up, they still got the kills, they still got damage off. And also, the Mustangs lose their carry potential when you go anti-missile tech on them, which makes them less of a threat. And the range in our Fangs let us deal with his front line a lot simpler, and the big shields held the fortifications that his Arclights couldn't get through, just for a little while. I think he should have sold this Overlord. If he's not going to invest in it, or get another one, or get tech on it, or go a photon emission, I think he should sell that, since I'm showing the hard counter directly opposite with the Phoenixes, because the Phoenixes were just constantly picking it off relatively early in the fight. I think he lacked a little bit of chaff solidity. He's got enough chaff numbers, but I think he needed shields on his fangs, so I think selling the Overlord and taking shields on his fangs would have been huge. I need to press Control F5, because I'm going to lose the first few seconds otherwise. Right, other than that, I think he was a solid player. He did push and took temporary range in the final round. He didn't take any of the tower upgrades, which I think is a mistake. When you're Elite Specialist, it's even more pertinent for you to go the tower upgrades, because they're so strong. For us, I think it was a Scorpion carry game. I'm glad I took range and field maintenance on them. It meant they could hold the line for quite a while. And even though the Arclights do a lot of damage, 3,000 damage every second basically, it takes them a while to get through. Meaty boys like this fella, 78,000. It's not quite as good as a Fortress, but it's still decent, and with the regen, it's huge. Solid game overall. I think snipers were a good pick for him, but I think I would have just gone range rather than elite, because level 2 it's not quite worth it. I guess he did have a level 3 one over here, but still I think range is more efficient than elite until you get to level 3 really, and possibly even level 4 now they've changed it to be 5 range per level. Right, anyway, let's see how much compo we've gained or lost and where we're at in the tournament. Ooh, 24 MMR, that feels so good. And where are we at in the tournament? Ooh, we are 19th, not bad. Great start to this week's tournament. Well, thank you for watching as always. Hope you had some fun, and I'll see you the day after tomorrow for the next round.